Mastering is the final crucial step in the music production process. It's the stage where your tracks are polished, balanced, and optimized for playback on different platforms and systems. This meticulous process involves fine-tuning the overall sound, ensuring consistency across the entire album or project, and enhancing the clarity, depth, and the dynamics of the music. Think of it as the finishing touch that brings life into your music and make them sound their best in any environment. Hey guys, my name is Tati Music, and if you're new to this channel, we just dropped the Vocal Fusion template bundle. And inside this bundle, you're going to pick a template that is called the Vocal Fusion Mastering Template Universal, and it's available for purchasing. The Vocal Fusion Template Bundle is a bundle that consists of 10 templates inside, so there's plenty more to choose from, and it's available for purchasing and for free downloads if you want to try the bundle out. So without wasting your time, let's get on it. So if you have bought the bundle, you're going to find something like this, or if you have bought this specific template, you're going to find something like this, the Mastering Template Universal. When I called it universal, it works for almost any genre you throw at this template. We are working on stock versions for these templates. For now, it's available for only third-party plugins. So these ones are called the premium ones, and then the ones that you are busy with right now, they'll be called the stocks alternatives for people who have been complaining that they don't have these plugins. So this is the song that I'm going to use. It's called Umhlabe Dubai, which means a world in Dubai. When you attack mastering, you must make sure that you set up your BPM. The BPM for this song is 110, as you can see here. So if you open your mixer channel, you're going to find a template or a preset section called the mid-side mastering. And then you're going to get the double limiter mastering, and then you will find the universal mastering. This one, guys, I am sure that most of you have these plugins in your DAWs. So this one, I named it universal because I know that when the songs that I'm mixing fail on these two templates or these two channels, I know for sure that they will not get past the universal one. We have the T-Rex Master EQ. We have the mid-side EQ, of which it's called the Fab Filter Pro Q3. It's an EQ, guys. If you don't have Fab Filter Pro Q3, you can find or use any of the EQs that are mid-side EQs. If you don't have Fab Filter Pro Q3, watch this video. It will direct you straight to a video that I did that shows you other EQs that are also mid-side EQs. And then we have the harmonic analog saturation, and then we have transparent glue, and then we have a soft clipper, guys, and then we have the limiter. You will find the loudness penalty everywhere on these three mastering templates, because guys, we need to measure our loudness or analyze our loudness. So we're going to start with the mid-side mastering. So the first thing that I always do when I'm doing this mastering process, I will take this song and I will put it here. So automatically when you put it on this mid-side mastering, it's going to track itself to track number 1, of which track number 1 is where we will find the mid-side mastering, of which here it has Polish the Mix. Polish the Mix, it's this EQ, the T-Rex Master EQ. And then we have the mid-side EQ, of which the mid-side EQ, guys, it's the Fab Filter Pro Q3. And then we have the Glue the Mix. The Glue the Mix here, it's just a bass compressor. You can use any bass compressor. And then we have the Ozone 10, and then we have the loudness penalty, and then we have the gain automation clip. Why do we have the gain automation clip? It's because, guys, there are those plugins, there are those reverbs that just give you a huge tail that will give your song or make your song to sound a bit longer when it's not that long. We're going to come here on the mid-side mastering. As we are working on it right now, we're going to click on, it's actually the Fruity Balance, the plugin. Click here, right click, and then we're going to click create automation clip if you want, but I prefer that you do this. I know that most people like to do this here since they have Fruity 21. You can use this, but I prefer to use it like this. So I'm going to copy here the value. After you copy the value, you're going to click here and then paste it, and then from here we're going to turn it down, and then after turning it down, I just like to do something like this. This automation clip here will make the song to have a nice ending, so you must make sure that you do this first before you start, or mastering your song rather. So after that, guys, we're going to open the mid-side option. Okay guys, so you just heard the song. It's one of those songs or those masters that needs to be loud, since the song is already loud. So we need to keep up with the pace. So we're going to start with polishing the mix. We need to polish the mix first before we start boosting it and doing more on it. So I need to work on those vocals. As you heard the vocals, they were sounding a bit down, and there was a lot of boominess, and there was so much leads from the beat that were competing with the vocals. So we need to make the vocal to sound up front. So we need to boost it. So using the polish the mix, we're going to start to polish this thing. So luckily in this template, I have already done this for you guys. You don't need to start afresh here. You just need to tweak it according to your own hearing. I have boosted some of the lows, of which it's around 120, but it's in hertz, guys. A dB is always bigger than hertz, so keep that in mind. So I tamed some of the mids, and then I boosted some of the highs. We are polishing the mix here. We are not mixing. Mastering is about doing subtle changes here. So I heard that my vocals were a bit laying under those leads or under that beat, so we need to make them to sound upfront. So I'm going to boost them maybe around 23k. So guys, when we are talking about the mid-side EQing, we are talking about the EQ that can mix sides separate from the middle or separate from the stereo version. So if you can look here, we have a side option. So here I boosted on the highs, I boosted using a dynamic range. If you can see here, I take some of the lows. Why am I taking some of the lows? Remember, we spoke about that rumbling noise that was coming on that lower end. Where is that rumbling noise coming from? The rumbling noise, guys, is coming from the bass. The bass has a rumbling noise on it. Every bass section has a rumbling noise. So I used this side option because I wanted to tame this rumbling noise here. But using a side option, guys, is not like using a stereo option. If I were to use a stereo option to take or to boost something, you would immediately feel that I did something there. But if I use a side or mid option, a side option is even more transparent, guys. It is transparent. You would barely feel that this mix is being boosted. We are taking something off here. So if you can see here, I rolled off around 28,000 hertz, and here we boosted about a dB here. called a bus compressor. If you don't have a bus compressor, just use your compressor that you always use to compress your vocals. What you're going to need is to pause the video and copy these settings. Here we are not boosting anything, we are just trying to glue the mix. So this coming plugin is the plugin that I call it the backbone of this whole template or this whole preset section. Is one of the reason I ended up making the universal mastering template. If you can see this template, it does not have any ozone plugin. Why am I using an ozone plugin? An ozone plugin, guys, gives artificial intelligence to scan the whole mix, and then it will do what our human ears do not perceive or miss when we are mastering. You can do mastering by ear, guys, but you will always miss something. So this is what makes this mastering template a template, guys. This Ozone 10 plugin. If you don't have an Ozone 10 or Ozone 9, use the universal template, guys. It does not need an Ozone, but it sounds incredibly amazing. So this is how we're going to use this plugin. So here you must always, guys, when you open this plugin, for it to do right by your song, you must always rescan that song. So here we are going to scan the song. What's nice about this plugin, you can even put a reference mix on it, but I always prefer that it scans the song in its own way and then it gives the final master back. So we're going to click here, and then after clicking here, we need to place the song in the loudest section or the loudest part of the song. So the loudest part of the song is always the hook or the chorus. And then from here, we're going to click on Rhythm, and then we're going to play the song. So it came to a decision where it put the song under the pop genre. And then after that, we're going to open here. This is where you're going to find most of the problems that were fixed here. So if you see here, we are on an equalizer section. You will always find this section. If you can see here, guys, remember that we took some of this rumbling sound that we had in this range, and then it tamed some of the lower mids section and then boosted some of the higher mids section. We are just stabilizing the song, and then we have the impact. And then we have the imager. And then we have the maximizer section. So here it's the final master, guys. So guys, the things that makes your song to sound like they are distorting when you play them in other sound systems is because most of you guys skip this section. This is the most important section, guys. It is where we finalize the official mastering. So this thing boosted about -2.3 here. When something is at a negative section, it's actually sounding bigger. It's actually boosting it here. And then we have the double limiter. This one, everything is the same except for this section. So the double limiter section, we use just 2 doubles, these things. So it sounds like this. The reason why it's called a double limiter is because of these 2 limiters. We have the maximizer, it's also a limiter, and then we have the vintage limiter, guys. And then we have the universal master, the one that does not need the ozone tag. For me, I think it sounds best at the mid-side mastering template. Comment down below if you have maybe another suggestion. So there you have it, folks, the Vocal Fusion template bundle at work. So make sure that you go and get your copy of the Vocal Fusion template bundle, or go get your copy of the Vocal Fusion mastering template universal. As you saw, guys, it's a template that consists of 3 sub-templates inside that are specifically for mastering. So you're going to choose the ones that are better for you, or the ones that sounds better to your songs or to your tracks. My name is Music. Happy mixing.